Janelle Willer, and
Another real estate guru.
yeah, when I got involved in real estate too. I was telling Terry the story on the way here. But my thing now is still real estate. I sold everything as of this year, including the house that we grew up in, and that was a real challenge because, yeah, that was hard because there were 9 people who were dealing with, and try to work with 9 people and sell something, right? It's not an easy task, but I love real estate. I, like Terry, was in corporate America. I worked for a Big 8 accounting firm, and that was good, but I told him, I said, every job you have that's out of this country and out of this state, send me to it. So I traveled a lot and went to California, lived in New Orleans, and lived in Mexico, and just saved a lot of money. And then I said, you know what, this company, they're good because I'm getting to travel, but I'm not getting to, I want to get an MBA. So I quit that company, and then I started working for another company that paid for the MBA. So what I do now goes beyond all of that, and it's been the best thing that I've ever done. It goes beyond the mind. And I'm sure a lot of you have done it, and a lot of you have heard of it, and it's a simple meditation. And it's something that indigenous people do that naturally. Once you become really educated and learn a lot from the books, even when you put your picture in the book and learn that way, you start relying on your mind a lot. And I'm not saying that that's bad, but what I'm saying is that there's a way that we can go beyond that and just go straight to source, where we don't have to use our mind. So one of my teachers used to say, so you go to source when you want to figure out what to do, and then you use your mind to do it. So I've studied under various meditation teachers. And
A lot of them.
a lot of them. Some of them good, and some of them not as good, but still good. I learned from all of them. And it's just been a real blessing.
So did you attribute some of your success in real estate that has been successful to your meditation?
Yeah, because what happens is that even when we don't know that we're using that intuition from source, I used to always ask one of my teachers, well, how do you know if it's coming from source, and how do you know if it's coming from your mind? Because it's hard to tell the difference. Well, if it's coming from source, it's like that. You don't think. It just comes. It's like, an example, we live out in close to Burr Ridge, and my kids were in middle school, and my son wanted to be in one of the dances, and most of the children in the school were Caucasian. So I said, yeah, sure, you can be in the dance, and he was going to dance with, there were hardly any little black girls, so he's going to dance with the white girls. And I was, one day a flash just came to me. Don't let him do it. And I said, why? Just don't let him do it. So I kind of talked him out of it gently. I said, you sure you want to do that? Maybe you can do something else. And it was a really good intuition. Because some of the other kids, it didn't turn out well. And that happens all the time. It happens for all of us. Well, as we meditate, it happens even more. And we have to use our mind even less. And I'm not saying, I have a really strong mind. I'm very intellectual. We're born on the same day, a year apart. So it's really hard it was hard for me to do that. It was hard for me to get into the meditation because I always want to think, and my background is engineering, so I want to work it out. I want to step by step work out everything. You start here and then you end up there, and it works. But when you use spirit, when you work through spirit, you don't have to go through all those steps.
Right.
You start here, and then you're there.
And so can you explain what the intuition is to you?
Yeah, intuition comes straight from source, and it goes beyond the mind, or it goes around the mind, or you don't use your mind. It just comes straight from source. whether you call that God or Jesus or
Usually
whatever.
it's usually instantaneous.
It's like this. You know, if
So
there's a thought,
since you've been meditating for years, can you just go into a meditative state just like that? Or
Yeah.
you got to focus, take a while to focus?
oh, it takes 5 minutes.
That's it?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Well, it's good for me. I try to get my husband to meditate. He says, I can't stop, get my mind to stop. I said, yeah,
He's an engineer too,
that's
right?
meditation.
He's
huh?
an engineer too, right? Engineer background. That's totally left. Right?
Yeah. So,
Somebody has a question for you, back.
yeah,
I heard you had said that your husband said he can't get his mind to stop.
Right.
But in theory, meditation is about allowing your thoughts to flow. So it's not getting your thoughts to stop, it's just allowing them to flow and pass by.
yeah. It's about allowing them to flow and pass by, and then eventually they stop on their own. You don't force it yourself. You don't sit down and say, I'm not gonna think, because that's almost impossible.
Let's think.
Yeah, that in itself is thinking. So right, you let your thoughts go, and eventually you're not.
Can you tell us what your latest
Just
thing
there.
is with you're doing with the ladies?
Oh, so I decided, I'm 67, and I am 67 young, and I said, I want to do something fun. So I went on Facebook and I looked up Double Dutch. And I found this 40-plus Double Dutch club. And so as of the last 3 weeks, I've been hanging out with them and jumping double dutch and hula hoop and just having a really, really good time. They do everything. They do paddle ball, they do Chinese jump rope.
Wow.
They do everything, and it's just
LA
so
in
much
there.
fun.
Is
And-
LA part of it?
Excuse me?
Is your lady named LA in there?
There's
It's
like
a bunch
chapters
of-
everywhere.
oh, okay.
There's like 10 chapters in
Oh, yeah.
Chicago. I go to
Oh,
one in Naperville.
Oh,
And then
yeah.
there's one in Glen Ellen, there's one in Germany.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it is kind of an international kind of.
No, I've been to
How can we get that back to the neighborhoods? Get this out of the neighborhoods now, looking down at Boston, you see them sitting behind everybody. Now they're down there twerking on Facebook.
Yeah.
They're not doing it.
It's ticking
I
up.
know. So what we're doing now, again, I've only been involved in it
It's a
for
rest.
3 weeks, but what we're doing now is we're going into the communities and teaching the young girls how to do double dutch.
good.
So instead of sitting in front of them. Yeah, it really is.
I asked somebody.
And they love it.
I asked the old school person on the porch, I said, what's this? And then they said double dutch. I said, so you don't see that no more. Just all doing like this. We run, that's what they do.
I always thought double dutch was the most amazing time thing I ever.
And you have to be 40 to join this club, so they're like,
They're not that strict, are they?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah?
Yeah, you have your age on the back of your t-shirt. And the oldest member is 88.
Wow.
Yeah, and her daughters are in it. So what I want to do is I want to take everybody,
To a quick meditation?
like a
Yes,
5-minute meditation. So, okay, so you want to put everything down that's in your lap. Okay. You just want to sit gently. And you want to close your eyes, just like you do when you go to sleep. Gently close your eyes. You want to start at your feet. You want to notice if there's any tension in your feet. And if there is, you want to send a thought to your feet. Relax feet, relax feet. Relax ankles. Relax calves. Relax knees. Your thighs. Relax hips. Relax stomach. Relax chest. Relax your arms and your hands. Relax your neck. Relax your head. You want to breathe normally. You don't have to put any attention on your breath. Then you want to pull your attention up to in between your eyes. It's called the third eye center or tissutil. It's called by various names. If thine eye be single, thy whole body will be full of light. You don't want to strain. You don't have to try to roll your eyes up or down. They should just be gently closed. Why don't you take a couple breaths? Because the mind is so active. You want to start repeating. If you have been introduced to a mantra, you can repeat your mantra. If not, you can repeat a word or words that calm you, such as love or peace. You want to repeat it with the tone of your thought and not aloud. And as a thought comes into your mind, go back to your repetition. And we're going to sit for about 5 minutes. Ready, you can gently come out of the meditation. Open your eyes.
You notice how the energy changes in the room?
Thank you very much.
Thank you.